Hi, welcome to another episode of Hong Kong Sports Science YouTube channel. And today we're actually going to be talking about some of the most important exercises for runners. We're still in the top 6 exercises, strength exercises, for runners. And I'm Vlad Ixel, I'm a running coach and a trail runner. And here with me I've got Joe.
So I'm Joe March, I'm the principal physio for Hong Kong Sports Clinic. And today we're going to be looking at a progression of single leg deadlifts, which we think are really great strength exercises for runners. So I'm going to get Vlad to demonstrate and we'll talk you through it as we go.
So we divided this exercise into 3. So we got the first progression, which I'll go side on so you can see. I'm going to keep my legs straight. I'm standing actually on my left. I'm going to have my left hand behind my back, right hand above my head. I'm going to go about here.
So we'll pause there. So most important point here, Vlad, would be trying to keep your hips straight. Is that one of the most important ones? And also keeping your chest up. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think making sure that your leg is straight so you're not bending your knee.
And let's go through that again.
Go through that again?
Yeah, one more time. So the reason why this is so good for runners is, number one, he's on one leg, which is what you do whilst running. You're always on one leg, one or the other. It's working his hamstring and his glutes a lot. And here we've got him barefooted, which is what we like to do for all our exercises. And the reason is we believe in minimalistic running, and this will train those muscles he needs to be able to run with as minimal shoes as possible. We're not saying you should run barefooted though, that's not what we're saying. We're saying you should do your exercises barefooted.
We want to get our feet stronger, so that's the main reason I'm not wearing shoes when I do my strength exercises. So that was our first progression, quite easy. You know, make sure that you take your time and you build confidence, build strength in the exercise. We'll show you the next progression, which is a little bit harder. Same thing, so I'm going to have my opposite hand to the opposite leg I'm standing on. I'm going to find my balance first, and then I'm going to go down. This time I'm going to reach all the way to the ground, hold it for about a second, and then go up.
And interestingly, if you just watch Vlad's feet here, you can see all these little muscles in his feet working overtime. He's trying very hard not to grip his toes, because that will be a tendency for people when they're doing this with their feet. And that's usually an indication of lack of stability and a reason to be training like this.
So again, I'm going to try and make sure that my hips are facing the ground and they don't open up. So I'll show you front on. You don't want to be doing this. We want to get our hips down. So our hips are facing forward as we come down. And then we're going to come up.
So Vlad's got his knee nice and straight, but he's not locking it out. He's just keeping it nice and straight. He's not letting it bend. Vlad, do you want to demonstrate what might happen if you had tight hammies?
Well, pretty much side on, it probably see it better. This will happen.
So they'll bend the knee to compensate for the tight hamstrings. And they may even flex through their lower back also.
So you're going to make sure that leg is straight as much as you can. If you can't reach the ground when your leg is straight, just stay here.
Don't progress to the next level just because we've told you this is level 2.
So build that flexibility in your hamstring, build a bit of strength, and before you know it, you'll be touching the ground. The third progression of this exercise, personally the one that I'm still struggling with, but I'm still practicing, it's a bit more running specific here. So I'm going to get on the front of my foot, so kind of imitating running a bit more in the front of your foot, a bit more on your toes.
So Vlad's a 4-foot runner, so it's actually the landing point for when he hits the ground on that foot. So it's working so many other muscles, it's working his calf. It's quite tough for him. I've only just started making him do this. But he is getting much better actually. But at the moment he's only managing 1 repetition.
Yeah, so I kind of lose my balance to try it again. But I make sure that I stay on my toes as much as I can to really get that balance work going. Because I kind of mastered the one where I'm touching the ground with the full foot on the ground. But here I'm really just making sure that I get 1 or 2 or 3. So personally, repetition-wise for myself, I'll do probably about 10 with my flat foot on the ground before I'll try and do 2 or 3 on my toes.
Yeah. And he's just really taking his balance and his stability and some of his foot stabilizers to the next level. Repetitions, like how much should they be doing at home?
I think if this is the first time if you ever done this exercise, you got tight hamstrings, as most people do, start with 3 sets of 5 or 10 on each leg.
And that's of level 1.
That's of the first one, yeah. So take your time till you get to that point where you feel comfortable doing 15, 20 on each leg. Then move to the next one. Maybe get 3 or 4 of the second progression. You know, spend a bit of time with that before you move to the next one. Don't rush. You know, take your time, get stronger, improve your balance, and before you know it, you're not going to get as injured as often as you do.
Yeah, so technique's so important with this, and then it's going to help them avoid injury as well. Yeah.
Stay with us for our next videos. We got a lot more videos to keep you injury free, running strong, running happy.
See you next time.